Boris Johnson handed ultimatum. My tired Carrie as PM brings in mastermind to save job. Boris Johnson has reportedly been handed an ultimatum by a tired Carrie Johnson, putting pressure on the Prime Minister to leave his post. This comes just as he has brought in mastermind Isaac Levito to save his job. Mr. Levito played a pivotal role in Mr. Johnson's 2019 landslide election win. His appointment came as part of Mr. Johnson's effort to summon a new brains trust of advisors to enact changes to his new team. The group reportedly met in secret in the office of former Chief of Staff Dan Rosenfeld to draw up the plans. But 3 separate sources said that Mr. Johnson's wife has had enough of the pressure on her, their children and the Prime Minister himself. One source close to the couple's inner circle said, she was saying she had had enough a couple of weeks ago. She was telling friends the pressure on her was too much and she'd be happier if he left. Speaking to The Times, a friend of Mrs. Johnson added, she just wants to focus on her children. Allies close to Mr. Johnson, however, have warned that removing the Prime Minister from Downing Street will not be an easy job. One No. 10 official said, he keeps yelling onward at people. Another senior advisor told The Times, he's making very clear that they'll have to send a Panzer division to get him out of there. But another added, it is unclear if we are heading to the sunlit uplands or the valley of death. The pressure on Mrs. Johnson is set to intensify in the coming days with the publication of extracts from a biography that is expected to make claims about the extent of her influence over No. 10. The book is also set to repeat allegations that she fiddled her expenses when she was communications director of the Conservative Party, something she has always denied. The biography's publication date, which was initially set for later this year, has been brought forward amid the current scandal in order to maximize impact. However, former Chancellor George Osborne hit out at the speculation around Mrs. Johnson, writing on Twitter, whatever the flaws and faults of the Boris Johnson government, or indeed its successes, they are the responsibility of Boris, not his wife Carrie. Let's move on from this misogynistic Lady Macbeth nonsense. A spokesperson for Mrs. Johnson added, yet again Mrs. Johnson has been targeted by a brutal briefing campaign against her by enemies of her husband. This is just the latest attempt by bitter ex-officials to discredit her. She is a private individual who plays no role in government. Mr. Johnson's government has been in turmoil since 5 senior Downing Street officials handed in their resignations throughout the course of last week. A number of other Tory MPs have publicly called for the Prime Minister to face a vote of no confidence as a result of the Partygate scandal, including former Minister Tobias Ellwood. This takes the total number of MPs who have publicly called for his resignation to 15. The resignation of the Prime Minister's head of policy, Munira Mirza, sent shockwaves through Downing Street, as she was widely known within Westminster to be one of Mr. Johnson's most important aides. In her resignation letter, she hit out Mr. Johnson's claim that Keir Starmer failed to prosecute Jimmy Savile when he was Director of Public Prosecutions, saying, "This was not the normal cut and thrust of politics. It was an inappropriate and partisan reference to a horrendous case of child sex abuse. You tried to clarify your position today but, despite my urging, you did not apologize for the misleading impression you gave." Speaking about her resignation, one source said, if he's lost her, he really is screwed, there really isn't anyone left. He added, it's a bit like losing Carrie. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications when we post newest videos. Thank you and goodbye.